Hello everyone, it's Debbie from Australia and I'm here today with my May 2025 cross stitch update, and yes, it is not the first week in June. I tried hard, didn't work. Anyway, April was a very good month, got a lot of stitching done. One start, I'm going to call being up to date on Extraordinary Bird Sow my finish, and I worked on a total of 10 whips for the month. My finish or partial finish or finish to date is Extraordinary Bird Sow by Lola Crow Designs. I'm doing this on 36 Steeley Nights linen from number 12 Stitch Co in Australia. And so far there are 9,865 stitches. Look at the birds. Look at the blue-footed booby. We're up to the 4th session. This week was the week off and it will start again next week. I'll actually show you, it's probably not that big, but I haven't been able to print the front pages yet. That is before, when I only had the frame done, and the 3 sessions after that, and then mine against the current finish level. Okay, my start. 4 of us ladies that have been stitching for a long time together will be going to the daisy chain stitching retreat in August, it's nearly here. We decided to have our own little start along, or when you see what it is, we're calling it a pot along. Very, very cute, very, very cute. We are all going to have the stitching done, and hopefully we'll be able to sit around the dining table on the retreat and help each other through the putting it all together. This is called the Strawberry Teapot. I have done the front, the top and the handle. I've only got the spout and the back to go. There's a total of 3,848 stitches. And I have done 2,050, so I've got a little bit to go. Just doing this on 18 count white Aida, and the pattern is from Living on the Rainbow. I'm doing mine pink. Oh no, I'm not. I'm doing mine lilac. I think it's going to look like we're all going to do it different colours. There's my bits and pieces. So like I said, I've done the top, I've done the front, I've done the handle. I only have to do the spout in the back. Now we'll just go straight on to whips. First one, as usual, stitch in time. This is the one I am trying to get half the second shelf done by the end of the year. So halfway up, to about there. But when I get to that motif or hoop, I think I'm doing the whole thing when I actually get to it. So that's a stitch in time. And I got a fair bit done on it. I finished the 3 books. Nearly finished the 3 books. And the parasol. And it's looking very good. Really is looking good. I moved to the bigger frame because I had to wrangle the fabric. So it's over. No, it's over this side, out of the road for now, because there's just so much of it. This, of course, is being done on 32 count linen, evenweave, I'm doing it 1/1 and I am up to 31.5%. Before and after will show you that I did get a fair bit done in the month. I believe the big light green book is done. The dark green book is almost done, and there's a fair little bit more to do in that last one. I believe I did about 8,000 stitches or so, maybe 6,000. It will show up in the stats a bit later. And where I'm up to compared to the pattern. So I am going to try and finish up to the books before I start the curtains of the next aperture. So I've got to finish the last 2 books and the parasol before I move on. Next is, she says, not flicking it over. Excuse me. Is B from Lorna, Laine. I'd hoped to get this done by the end of June. I think it's going to be the end of July. I'm getting close. I am getting close. I have left it in the Q-snap. So that is where I'm up to. It is all complete up to here, I believe, right across there, because I did all the bottom half first. I have done 60,130 stitches out of 65,116. So I'm at 92.34%. So I've got just under 5,000 stitches to go. This is being done on 20 count white Aida. I'm looking forward to having it finished. Before and after. I've got a fair bit done last month. And do I have it? No, I don't. Go back. I don't know why, but I haven't got it against the finish. I think because it's only the half of it. I took a lot of them out of the Q-snaps, but a lot of them not. Next whip I have is Gone to Pieces by Long Dog Samplers. I have changed up the colours. Again, this one is in the Q-snap because we're on a roll. I am so close to finishing all of the black. It's only that little bit above the beetle to be done. There is 37,097 stitches in this project. I have done 32,869, so 88.6%. So basically finish this little bit of black in there. It was just probably something like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I had to stop. I couldn't finish it. And then it's just filling in these two, the background of these 2 pieces, and it will be done. And once you get to the filling in, it's a lot quicker because you don't have to keep looking at the book. Before and after. And against the finished project. So I only have to finish that little bit. There's not a lot of black to be done. And then just fill in all the gaps in the 2 pieces. And another one bites the dust. Now the next whip, you are actually getting 2 months worth, because I do challenges with Divas Down Under, and at the start of the month, because I didn't get my act together and get the video done, no excuses, absolutely no excuses. I've had several long weekends, but I'm here now. I have actually finished the June component. This is the project from Little House Needleworks. Mine are in a slightly different order. I'll show you the project. So this is where I'm up to. So I've done 9 out of the 12. 9 out of the 12. So May I did Faith, Ooh. And June I did Wisdom. Now this one, I can only guesstimate. I said it's 75% done because I've done 9 out of 12. But I have done a total of 13,643 stitches. So each square is well and truly over 1,000 stitches. There's about 1,500 plus on each of them. But I am doing one a month to be finished. So it'll be finished at the end of September. Before and after. So you can see I just finished doing more sections. And against the finished project. So I've got 3 to go. Once they're done, have I done kindness? I think I still have to do kindness. I have to do joyfulness. And what is the other one I haven't done? Oh, I've done that. I think it's peace. Yeah, peace, kindness and joyfulness. It's cute project, and I just noticed the colours they put together are really quite nice. Next one is the Raven Sampler by Our Forest Embroidery. I really like this one. This one I am doing on 40 count Nevermore from Fancy Fabrics. But that is where I am up to. I have done the big bird in black, and I am going to do my initials in black. So it'll be the D, the M and the W will be done in black. And those little pain in the neck letters, all those little stringy bits or back stitches, I had no idea. I've got to go back. There is back stitch all through that, and for some reason I didn't realise, and there's a hell of a lot of it. So I thought I was finished all the way down to that, but no. It is 21,434 cross stitches. I have done 18,360, which is technically 85%, but nope. Before I go any further, I'm going to go back. I'm going to finish all the back stitch. And there's a lot. I don't know if it will show up. I can't actually make these figures. Oh, I don't know my alphabet, whole 5. I've got to jump because I've put R before T. Here we go. Before and after. So I've done the birds, a bit more down the sides and up to J in the alphabet. And yeah, no, you can't tell. And I can't put anything in. All my work is done beforehand before I sit down and do this, but that is where I'm up to. So I've got to finish the P line. I've done, see the zigzag, I thought, oh, that's a very, very basic one. And then all the rest of that is all back stitch, and you can see it's quite fancy under the I to the P line. I've got to do the last bit and then finish off down the bottom, but back stitch must come first. I'm not one to do it all at the end. I can't handle that. Let me go back to the P. Okay, the other sale I am doing is Put a Bird on It from Modern Folk Embroidery. This is through Sunshine Stitches. Oh, good grief. There's some beautiful variegations on this. Mine is a bit unusual. I know it's unusual, but I really like it. It's sending me a little bit crazy because of the thread, I tend to have to make it a bit symmetrical. There is my thread. I'll come in close to show you. Goes from black to blue to purple to pink. So all the graphs are done in that, which is PR186 from Silks for You. All my birds are in blue, which again is another Silks for You. And the letters and numbers, and that 202 will have a 5 if I finish it this year, all the letters are done in a pink Silks for You, and they were sort of to pull the actual colours out of the black and multicoloured thread. I actually quite love it. I know it's unusual, I know it's different, I know it looks very black, but in real life there is a hell of a lot of colour in it, and this is being done on 36 count ice blue from Zweigert. I have done 10,704 stitches out of 13,546, so I'm 79% done. I was going to say something else, but it's gone. So, before and after, because you missed a month, so that's technically 2 months worth. That big motif in the middle, well, not in the middle, slightly off centre. It was massive, and because I wanted each of the quarters to be the same, took some mental calculations in the thread to try and remember how I actually stitched it to get the same play in the colours. The one thing is, near the two birds just above where the little swan needle binder is, you put your initials. I haven't been able to see if I can move anything, but my initials won't fit. So I'll probably just be putting DW in there, because the DMW is far too big to fit in the gap that's been allowed. So unless I can move the motif easily to the left of it, it'll just be my first two initials. And against the finished project, so I don't have a lot to do. 2 halves up the top, 1 big on the side, and 2 halves in the middle there. So really, depending on my time this month, we'll see if we get it done. We could get it done, but I have left it a long time, and I've got a lot of stitching to do on a fair few of them, because I don't want to get behind on my stitching time. I am spending a minimum of a week, so I've got a week to do about 10,000 stitches to catch up on my challenges, so we'll see how we go. You never know your luck in a big city. This is the Dwarven Elf by Modern Folk Embroidery. Yes. I love this. The saying is really nice. Now, I've not heard him say it on his YouTubes. It is inside the panic, so I won't say what this is, but it's a beautiful saying, and I know this is his partner's name. I put family, because you get the conversion, you get the actual letters to do, so you can have whatever you want on it. So I changed mine to family, which fits in with what it is. And oops, this is where I am up to. Ooh, whoop. And I just love it. Why are you going so dark? Oh, it turned. There we go. This is using that luscious PR181. It is the same one that Stitch Brat Barbara is using for her Act of God. It is gorgeous. I have a bit of problems with the variegated when it tries to do diagonal lines, so I went for horizontal lines, and with that background it just played with my mind, so I decided to do it diagonally. I think it turned out all right in the end. I tell you, that took it took quite a lot to do, especially I think it was this section here. I merely forgot to go, because I've got them, this is going this way, this is going this way. I forgot the direction I was supposed to go on one of those bottom sections, and I think I did it twice before I realised I was doing the same thing again. So I don't want to do that again. You really had to keep your wits about you because you merely wanted to go across the page. But I think in this instance it's going to work. And at the moment I've started on the phrase. So that top section says family. And I really, really love it. I have done 7,200 stitches out of 14,110. So 51.3%. Before and after, and against the original. So once I do the phrase, I've got a lot to do down the bottom, but it's all just stitching. It's all just cross stitching from there on. Well, it's all cross stitching as it is. I don't think there's any back stitching in there at all. So happy with that progress. What have we got next? Okay, now I started this one. I started those that have watched before, and thank you if you've come back. I know I'm not an exciting YouTuber. I mainly just talk about projects and leave. But I do appreciate the comments. I do appreciate you watching. And if you find something you want to continue to watch, to anyone who isn't a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. I can't guarantee excitement, but I usually get through a lot of the projects. Long Dog Sampers of Fisher King. Those that are regular watchers will know that I was doing this on a raspberry beret fabric, which was a very crimsony pink. And I just didn't work. I started 2 over 2 because it was 28 count, and it gave me about half an inch either side. So I added material, but I just thought, no, it's, framing it's going to be no good. And then I tried 1 over 1 and the back stitching, and there is a lot of back stitching in this. The back stitching didn't work. But I really, really wanted to do this one. And this is very different from the pink. Here is my start. It is only 2,800 stitches. I had close to 10,000 stitches on the other. Still in the fabric, just put away. This is called Barnwood from Picture This Plus. I am a lousy 3.67%, but I think it's going to work because look at all that back stitch. See all the water around the ship? And I tell you, it's one of the tightest 40 counts I've come across. Those stitches are really quite small. They are quite small, but I think it's, I know it's very different, definitely different to the pink, but I wanted to do it, and in all honesty, I had that in a fat half, which is what I needed because it's a really big pattern. I didn't realise just how big. So basically, I've only done that little bit up in the top corner. I sort of tried to get to the halfway mark in the middle. I may not have quite on the outline, making sure. I don't want to go across and making sure that I don't want to miss blooming stitches and end up having to start again, because if it doesn't work this time, it's not going to work at all. So that is Fisher King. So that's my 10 whips that I've worked on. An update on I showed you the DMC stand I got. This is my update on the DMC stand. I've got my full set of Classic Colourworks done. I had to, I think they call it twiddle each of them because they were too long to fit. Same for the gas set, and I am currently working on the Weeks die works. I think I am very close to finishing that monthly thread set, because I need to know how many stitches they are, because with the labels I can only put it on every second stand. every second spoke. Can't think of another word for it. Because of the labels. So I have to know how many I've got in the set and then divide it by, was 72, now it's going to be 36. I'm merrily just, oh yes, much nicer looking at that than me. To work out how many to put on each one. The DMCs are still behind those because I figured it was easier with the labels just to pull it forward. If I need the DMC, put it back, put those back. Top rung, you can see there's a lot of metallics there. I am going to put Silks for You and Cascade. There's another brand on that top row. And then I've got a few, well, I've got quite a few of the Karen Water Lilies and that. I think they will probably fill that top section because, again, the metallics aren't going to be used terribly often. And then I'll have all my threads on the one stand and I'll be quite happy with that. Okay, I think I've just got stats to go and we'll only flick through those. Okay. Monthly summary. So for May, I did 29,589 stitches. I am aiming for over 30,000 this month. I'm trying to get 1,000 a day. I've missed a few days, so I've had to catch up on some of them. Okay, May, again, there's the 29,589 stitches. I worked on 10 projects. This is the software that is down in the section underneath this from Etsy that I use. I love it. It's very easy. I can use the same one next year. I just open another one and call it 2026. I put what I want to achieve up the top. If I hit anything else, I will add it on there to make sure I've got something to look at to know what to pull for the videos. So far I've managed to get all the goals done for the monthly challenges with Down Under Divas. This is year to date. It says I've planned for 27. I think that's, I'm not quite sure what 27, where that comes from, but I've worked on 25 projects. I know which 2 I haven't. I should do that. I've started 5 this year. I've had 3 finishes and I've stitched 151 days for the year, which isn't too bad, I suppose. And the last one, yeah, 5 starts, 3 finishes. I've worked on 25 projects out of 27, so I think that's what it's telling me, that I've got 27 projects listed. And then it just goes through which days. So you can see I have actually missed days through the year, but it can get there. So year to date I've done 150,000 odd stitches, and all I keep thinking of, if I just worked on a stitch in time, I'd really get a lot done for the year, but I just can't. It is very intense being 1/1, and I just don't think I can do it. Anyway, I thank you all for watching. I hope you are all either staying cool or staying warm down here. Winter has hit us quite savagely this year. I think it's one of the coldest winters we've had. Let me see what it currently is at the moment. It says 3 degrees. Feels like 1. So it's a bit chilly. Luckily I've had a heater on earlier. I turned it off because it's too noisy when you're doing the videos, but the room was warm enough to cope for how short the video is going to be. Take care. I will try to get back at the start of the month to make things easier. One thing it does do is it gets more projects done, because I go looking for ones that aren't part of the challenges that I've worked out. So I suppose it does mean I get things done. So take care, stay warm or cool, and I'll catch you with you next month. Thank you. Bye.